Welcome to another episode of Shipper War, my review of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Ooh, that was complete rubbish.
Shipper War. When ship happens, I'm there.
Before I continue on to the review, there's two things I want to talk about. The first thing is I want to apologize for my poor English accent / dialect. It was terrible, I'm sorry. And number two, I am doing a giveaway. You have to watch the whole review and wait towards the end. I'm going to explain what I'm giving away and how at least one of you, can win this giveaway. So on to my review. Wow, what can I say about this movie besides it was completely flawless? This movie was perfect from beginning to end. So the movie was 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I didn't feel it was that long at all while watching this movie. I was so into what I was watching that it didn't feel like 2 hours and 30 minutes. Like when the movie finished, the only thing that alerted me that I was sitting there for 2 hours and 30 minutes was the fact that I really had to go to the bathroom. But aside from that, I didn't feel like I was in the theaters for 2 hours and 30 minutes watching a film. That's how entertaining this film was. Visually, this film was so beautiful. I think it was by far the best of all the films when it comes to the effects. And not only that, the acting was across the board perfect. And the battle in this movie, the guy sitting next to me said it best. He said it reminded him of Lord of the Rings. It was pretty epic, the battle scenes. It was just flawless. One thing I wanted out of this movie that I was hoping and praying that they did justice to, they did justice to. If you read the book, you probably know what I'm talking about. It has to do with Snape. They did that so perfectly that I was in tears almost. I was close to crying. They did that scene so perfectly, and the scene that follows after that scene, again, so perfect. Snape is by far my favorite character, and they did him justice. This may be spoilish, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you stop here. On to Harry and Hermione. The first part is by far the only thing you'll ever see in reference to them in any flirtatious way. And this second part, there was nothing in it that I can say was very flirtatious or even catered to any of those people who ship this couple. Okay, for Ron and Hermione, this movie completely catered to the shippers of that ship in every aspect. You guys are going to love this movie and that aspect of the relationship because they did it justice as you guys always wanted. And then let me go on to Harry and Jenny. I am so sorry. I know there's people out there who ship them, but I have to say I have a hard time believing this relationship. I couldn't believe them in the books. I had a very hard time believing them in these films, and this film was the last film to make me a believer in this relationship, and I have to say they didn't do it again for me. I'm just speaking for myself. Again, I have a hard time believing those two as a couple. I don't know, it just seems so out of left field with those two. That's my short review of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I don't want to give too much away. Just have to say this movie is completely flawless. It's perfect. I have no real negative thing to say about it besides, of course, the Harry and Jenny thing. But that is something that I've always had an issue with prior to this film. Now for the giveaway. This is what I'm going to do. This is all I'm going to ask from you guys. To win this said prize that I'm about to show you guys, all you have to do is post in the comments who's your favorite ship, or for those who don't know what a ship is, who's your favorite couple in the Harry Potter series. If you don't have a favorite Harry Potter couple, well, just put down a couple that if somebody had a gun against your head and said, hey, who's your favorite ship from Harry Potter? And you're like, I don't have one. Tell me one. Pick one. Well, yeah, pick one and put it down in the comments, and then you'll be entered to win this said prize that I'm about to show you. So the prize I have for you guys is pretty cool. It's in this box right here. This is the prize right here. You have a chance to win the Elder Wand from the film, which is something I will like to give to you guys in honor of Harry Potter ending. This is my first giveaway. I'm not exactly sure if I'll continue doing this, but if this turns out to be something really good, if I get good feedback from this. I may do future giveaways. That is all for this episode of Ship Award. Goodbye, and until next time.